beautiful souls, welcome to my channel. I am Arady Arcanum. Welcome to Arcanum's Dark Light. It's been a minute. I felt a little awkward. It's a little haven't posted a video or sat in front of the camera in this way in quite some time. But before 2025 came in, I wanted to share some things with you about some epiphanies. And this is not going to be one of those go over 2024 videos, but because you know, I haven't really posted as much in 2024, to be honest. So what I want to share with you is a few things that have happened recently that have led me up until this point, and I thought it was important to share because some of you may be going through it, right? And first, I want to thank you, all of you who are here and who have subscribed to this channel. I appreciate you so much, and all of you who are still here with me. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm sitting here with my Starbucks coffee. Super amped. It's black coffee, but it is not just the coffee. I'm excited right now because of all the things that I am getting into in 2025. So I hope you stay here with me. I'm going to just jump right into it. The main topic I wanted to talk about is what happens when a demon doesn't want to work with you, or an entity. We're going to stick with entity, right? Because we could talk about demons, spirits, aliens, whatever that may look like for you, who you're working with in your practice. But entities, when you are in, you know, building this relationship, they may be maybe even your like main entities that you've worked with and help guide you, and even some that you maybe want to work with. There are cases where those entities that you've worked with decide, you know what, our time is up, and you know, I'm about to go. I'm packing up my shit and I'm leaving. Then there's those times when you decide, oh, I want to work with this entity. Let me, you know, let me connect, and you might get a big fat no, I don't want to work with you. So I want to talk a little bit about that because some of those things have come up, and being somebody who I am, I have battled with, and this is something that I think is just my Achilles heel, and I'm okay with that, and I'm aware of it. So I make sure that these things are in balance, and that is, as a Libra sun, I have battled with learning to have a healthy boundaries, healthy relationships. So let me just get into what happened. So firstly, I've always, not always, but when beginning this left-hand path journey, Hecate was kind of the initiator, right? So she came into my life, and has always been like a mother, at least in my opinion. I know some people are like, you can't call deities mothers, but I do. So she's always been like a mother, and I say that in a way that, you know, when you become an adult, you leave the home and a mother's always there, and you like call the mother up, and well, not my mother, we don't have, that's not our relationship, but so it's like one of those teaching guides, mentors. That's what she's been to me. So she's kind of always been in the background. She's always been there, because the minute she came in, she's like, I'm here for you. What do you need? Let me help you. Let me show you what it is that can help you work through those things that you need to work through. So she's not one, I'm comfortable. That is our relationship. So sometimes she's like very present, and sometimes she isn't. But along with her, in the beginning of this left-hand path journey, and I keep saying like in the beginning of this, what does that even mean, right? I feel like I was always this way, but never really expressed it. So I'm just gonna roll with that. But also began working with Belial, Lucifer and Belial at the time. And this has been going on 5 years, I believe, maybe more, 5, 6, I don't know. But my point is, it's been a minute, and so I've gotten some signs from Belial, but let me backtrack. So I had mentioned that I was wanting to develop my spiritual team. And again, that could be anything: entities, spirits, beings, demons, aliens, whatever shows up and it's going to help me. And I've been working on that. So and this is not an overnight thing, right? You're not going to be like, oh, hey, that looks interesting. Let me go see what that is and work with that. It is something where I do research and contemplate and think about it. So what happened was, and I shared a video on here, I think, when I wanted to check out Duchess Boom. So I did this, and for me, Boom shows up as a Duchess. I know for some, Boone shows up as a masculine figure, but for me, it was Duchess Boone. So I did a whole like this elaborate invocation with her, set up a space on my altar to dedicate to her, and I didn't ask her for anything, right? Because we're in the building relationship phase. So she showed up like right away that night, actually, or a couple of nights after that. And she showed up and was like, no. she was like, I cannot work with you at this moment. But she showed me why, and she showed me what it was that I need to do. So she didn't just be like, bye bitch, I can't work with you. She was like, I can't work with you, but I am going to show you why. And she had like this look on her face, like one eyebrow raised type of look. And she was like, this is why. And I'm not going to get into that, right? Because that's personal. But she's like, you're not ready for me. Bye. So, I was like, okay, right? So it's not like every interview you go on, you're going to get the job. Every date you go on, like it's not going to always be this great, first date. So that was that. I was like, okay, let me take this stuff away from the altar. I let it sit for a while, right? Just to say thank you for the message. Thank you for even like giving me the time of day, right, to show up for me in that way. So I 100% appreciated that. But so I let that sit, and then I said, okay, now it's time for me to move that and continue on my quest for building my spiritual team. And so it started from there. So then when I created this other altar space, that was a space that I needed to create to work better for me in my day-to-day, I had to go through, okay, who am I placing on this altar, right? So Belial was one of them. I have Lucifer there. So Belial was one of them. And what happened was, and what prompted me to even make this video is that, and also just to share, like the winter solstice dedication I did with Belial, and also Lilith, which I'll get into in a moment. But it started from there with Belial, at least. And I'm someone I always got incense smoking in my home. Like, so if I go to the doctor checks my lungs, he's probably going to be like, do you smoke? And I'm going to be like, no, it's the incense that I inhale daily. But anyway, that's probably unhealthy. So I've always got smoke going, so it doesn't bother me. So I'm in the middle of doing the invocation, and all of a sudden I'm like, and also, I just realized too that there's a couple of reasons why that may have happened. Belial does not, and some of the entities, they do not always like to be recorded, and I record most of the things that I do. But it wasn't just that. It was a little more. I'm choking. I'm trying to say the invocation and the prayer, venerating him, and I was choking. It wasn't good. Like, things wasn't going right. I couldn't see. to read what I had written down to speak to him. It was just a little off. So I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna get through this. But, something, I feel like something is happening here. So I finished that. So then the next day, I picked days that I light certain candles. But I was going through, say, my morning prayer, and lighting candles to, the spirits I work with. And everything was going fine. I'm lighting my candles, lighting Santa Muerte's candles. And then, everything's going fine, going through all of them. And I get to Belial and I go to light his candle. I'm like, hey, good morning, Belial. I go to light his candles. Like, the thing is like clicking. There's like juice in there, but it's just clicking my lighter. So I'm like, So, and this is right after the night that I did the invocation, after I went to Solstice. So I was like, all right. I went and got my matches and just like manually lit that fire. So I said, okay, I need to sit with this and see what's happening. So divination and all the things, I sat with that, and the message I got was, he was like, look, it's time for me to go. I have to get off this altar space because there's something that you need, something else to come in here, that you have to devote your time to. So not like he's, like I got his tattoo on my body. Like he's always going to be like a presence, but he was a guide, right? He's like, listen, you need this energy right here. And I'll explain more why I feel like that was like right on time, as they always are for me. But so I will be going through revamping that altar space and, putting him, but actually it's a little difficult for me to see, but actually his space is up, was up there, but I wanted to bring him to the forefront, and he's like, no, put me back there, right? I need to go back there because there's something else you need right now. So, that I have to be like, okay, it's okay. It's okay. But I just wanted to share this because there are some people can feel like they're doing something wrong and still try to continue to work with that entity. But even with the ones that you feel are like a permanent fixture in life, they may even come to you and be like, listen, it's time. I need to move on because this is something else you need on this part of your journey. There's a certain frequency you need to vibrate with. There's something else, an evolution process, and you are shifting to a new paradigm. So they take a step back, and it is in your favor, right? Because you don't want to sit in the same energy. So it's just all about learning to go with the flow, and it is all my doing, right? I'm like, I want to build my spiritual team. And another reason is, for the other thing that I want to share with you, is for a lot of the things I'm going to be doing in 2025. So it makes sense. We come into the part of the year, and not that demons and entities and spirits are on our calendar year, but because it's something that's on our mind and we're vibrating with and we're flowing with. This is the things that we are thinking about. So these are the things that's being dropped, downloads. So these are all the downloads I'm getting. Like, okay, if this is what you're doing, you're going into the new year, you're working on all these things, then this is who you need to work with. These are the energies you need to have in your life. So that is what's been happening. And even with, I haven't really worked with Lilith, right? So I invoked her also on winter solstice, and I'm pointing here because some of her stuff is still there, but that went great, right? I did that, and that went great. So that was a good sign for me. And also I am going to be working with, because she keeps coming up heavily and strong, and it could be because of a lot of the things that I'm getting into, and I'll share that more. But Isha Zuna, who is one of the four brides, four mates, of Samael. So I am going to be working with her. Hopefully she doesn't be like, bye bitch. You're not working with you. So we'll see how that goes. But in any case, you know, I'm shifting things and calling in different energies. So a lot of what I've been working on, and I've shared this already, I don't know if I shared it here on this channel, but is the Ars Veneris course. Ars Veneris is the art of Venus, the art of love, the art of creation, the art of love magic, the art of passion, harmony, balance, all of those things. So this is what the course is about, really diving into how to tap into manifesting love. And we don't, you know, I'm talking about this on this channel. It's not just fluffy, all things fluffy, right? Because I'm working with the lighter aspects of Venus and the darker aspects of Venus, even, right, with Lucifer, right, having that Venusian energy, you know, with Venus, the bright, the morning and evening star aspect. So this course is really going to go into, you know, it's starting out with you really understanding what this is, then going into what the like what your foundations would be as a Ars Veneris practitioner, meaning the art of love practitioner, the art of Venus practitioner, really manifesting love. So it goes into a lot of those foundations and how you can apply this into your daily life. And really being that person, not going to anyone and saying, can you do this spell for me to call in my love? You know, come to me, you know, attract those things. When you're walking in this lifestyle, these things naturally attract to you. So that, you know, that's it in a nutshell. But I'm so excited for it. If you can't tell, I'm so excited for it because these have been things that I have experienced, you know, my remediation with Venus and working with Venus. You know, we're going to go over the aspects of the chart, your cosmology, and how that applies to you because everyone is different, right? I have even different 4 archetypes of this Ars Veneris energy. So very excited about that. You know, I've been married. I don't even keep count anymore. It's 30 something years. So I've been through it and it hasn't always been easy. So I've been through when we're talking about relationships when it comes to love, because love is so many things. But when we're talking about the aspect of relationships, I've experienced it. Even the things that happened before I met my husband with relationships. But I've been in a marriage now for 30 something years, and it is, I can say now, a successful marriage. And not that other things, right? Life ebbs and flows in all things, but I have experience to share with you when it comes to something like that. But I just wanted to put that out there. These are the things that I'm working with. So that frequency I'm flowing in right now is natural to me, right? I'm a Taurus rising. I flow in all things Venusian. So it's natural to me. So I'm excited to share it with you, share my experience, my knowledge, the things I've been through, what I know truly works. This is why, you know, my spiritual team is like, this is what you need right now. If this is the journey you're going on and walking in, and you're walking in who you are at this level of your life, these are who you need to work with. So I just wanted to share that because some people can feel very insecure, like, oh, they don't want to work with me. You should be thankful that when you reach out to an entity and they're like, I don't want to work with you, you should be thankful, because imagine if it, you know, they showed up and be like, okay, I'll work with you. And, you know, you're working with them and you are consuming the energies, invoking the energies that isn't right for your current path. So it's going to be all off balance. So be thankful that they show up and they're like, or they don't show up. So that was what I wanted to share with you. And also that, I think I already mentioned that I'm going to be sharing more about Lilith and Eshep's Zuna. She's not called Isha. But if that's what she likes, we'll find out. I'm going to be sharing like the darker aspects of Venus here on this channel and the lighter aspects of Venus on the other channel. And those archetypes that I'll be working with, entities, demons, aliens. Is there a Venusian alien out there? That was actually there is. I was doing some research on that. But in any case, these are the things that I wanted to share with you, you know, before the year went out, just to drop in and say hello. I'm still here. I will be back to some kind of regular schedule, and share all of those things with you, my journey with Lilith. And I really get some good vibes with her. And I'm really feeling like that path with the four mates of Samael is something that I really needed to explore and share that with you, even in the Ars Veneris course. So the Ars Veneris course will be available January 5th. However, if this sounds like something you want to do, if you feel like you need to really manifest love in your life and you want to do it yourself, right? You want to stop spending money on having someone else do the magic for you. If you really feel like you want to walk in that essence, Ars Veneris essence, and draw in that magic, and understand it, because in order to manifest something, sometimes we really need to understand what it is so that we can see the vision. So the course right now is on a pre-sale promotion, 50% off. And even after that is over, the last day, I think I said was January 6th. So it's 50% off currently. But even with all of that, and even if the sale goes off, the platform that I have it on has payments. You know, those apps where you do like Klarna and Afterpay and all of that, they have those for you to do installments. If this sounds like something you're interested in, I have a community where it's like a little Facebook space. But it's a community where we share, you know, the day-to-day and be inspired, and the daily affirmations that help us stay on this path when life comes to try to knock us off. But yeah, so all of that information will be in the description of the video. And if you have any questions, let me know. And do consider going over checking out my Patreon. And my Patreon has been through so many changes, but I am so excited about having that space as well, because it allows me, you know, I haven't really been posting on YouTube, but I've been active on my Patreon a lot more. So do go over and check that out as well. I hope you have a happy new year, and I hope your holidays thus far has been great. Personally, I'm kind of happy they are coming to an end, because people are crazy, and they get crazier during this time of the year. So I'm very much looking forward to that energy, the regular chaos. So that is all for this video. I appreciate and love all of you who are here. I appreciate you, even if you're not subscribed and you just dropped in to listen to me run my mouth. I appreciate you, but do consider subscribing. That's it. So until the next video, I love you all, and into the shadows.